Hi there, and welcome to the third installment of the free version of the Direct Sales Recruiting University. I got a lot of emails over the last couple days about clarification that people are interested in, and so I'm going to try to cover them all. A lot of the information that we got was some people are asking things that are unrelated to recruiting, which is cool because it sort of showed me that we have a need for maybe doing exactly the same thing for bookings and also for your home party show. So I'm going to do my best to answer all of the emails that I've received over the last couple days and answer everybody's questions individually. It could take me a few days though because well, we all have a full life, right? And aren't we grateful for that? So I will do my best to address everybody's questions individually that don't relate to recruiting, and the ones that do relate to recruiting, I'm going to do my best to cover them in these webinars. So we've talked quite a bit about the process of sharing your opportunity, and it's pretty obvious that you guys all want some more information about how to sprinkle those stories out there. When we put out enough information out into the public, we are going to attract people to us that have an interest in what we have to offer. So I would recommend that if you haven't done so yet, you go back to listen at the first two videos because it'll give you some more clarifying information there. But it's about writing stories. And when we put out information in the marketplace, we're going to attract people to us. This isn't just about at your shows. This is about out and about, just creating the top 20 reasons why your business is the best thing since sliced bread and turning them into a story. One of the questions I got was about branding, and you know, that's very true. You don't want it to be only about your company. You want it to be about you, the person, as well. And so obviously online you can brand with logos and images and things like that, but at your home party business, what separates you from the rest of your company and from the other consultants in your company? You know, I teach fun, fast, and healthy because I'm into healthy eating and a chef, and so at my home parties I taught fun, fast, and healthy. And so what brand are you? What separates you out from your whole company? And that's something you want to consider when you're looking at the top 20 reasons why your business is the best thing since sliced bread. Not only just your company, but also you, the person. What separates you out from everybody else? Once you start to sprinkle these things out in a conversational manner, you are going to attract people to you that want what you have. And so I was asked for some more examples of how to take the feature and turn it into a benefit and then write a story. So here's one. The feature is less stress. This is why I started in home business, is because I wanted to get away from my corporate job. I had too much stress. The benefit was that I don't even have to use an alarm clock. And so the story in regard to sharing the opportunity is, I love working from home. I quit the restaurant business for less stress, and now I get to sleep as late as I want every single day. I do not even have an alarm clock in my bedroom anymore. I can pretty much guarantee you every time you say that, someone's going to go, oh, geez, I wish I could do that. And so that's an example of a story. Here's another one. Let's do this one for bookings. Now, any one of them can be done for recruiting or for bookings. Your features and your benefits apply to your products, your opportunity, and the opportunity to host a show. And that is one of the great benefits of the Direct Sales Recruiting University, because everybody on every level can apply it. Whether you have an eager beaver newcomer who's all gung-ho and sponging up all the knowledge you can give them, or whether it's a seasoned consultant who's just frustrated with their results, or a leader looking for a way to leverage their time. The Direct Sales Recruiting University teaches basically skills that it can be applied to everything: sales, bookings, as well as training your team and developing others. And so it's a really multifaceted program. and we talk specifically about recruiting, but the concepts are applied across the board in all aspects of your business. So like the feature is free products. Now that could be a feature for recruiting, or it could be a feature for scheduling a show. And the benefit is you save money, you can get anything you want, we can have fun at our shows. There's a lot of different benefits. But if we apply this, say, to scheduling a show, the story is maybe you're at a show, you pick up a specific product, and what I recommend is you link these one-liners. Once you've created the top 20 reasons, and really you should be able to create more than 20, but once you've created them, you link them to certain points at your show. So you're going to share 20 times the benefits of scheduling a show, or 20 times the benefits of the business opportunity, but you're going to do it in a conversational manner using short stories in 10 seconds or less. This is the one product I give away free the most often. As a hostess, you can get anything you want for free, and this is the one I give away free the most often. Whose house are we going to have fun at next month? And so you've sort of painted a little picture. Depending on your product line, you know, if you sell kitchen products, you might say, this is the one product I give away free the most often. Imagine having a fully stocked kitchen and this to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. Or if you sell anti-aging, you incorporate your story and your product line into your little conversation. And so the goal of these principles, parables, and pictures, in other words, we talked about that last time, we create a picture in people's mind using a little story of facts. Principles are facts. And so this toolbox that we've created is filled with 20 different short stories that you share everywhere you go, out and about, at the grocery store. Once you've created them, you can access them and modify them for the situation at hand. The benefit of informing, in other words, you know, oftentimes we get taught to invite everybody, you know, and that doesn't always work because people see us coming, they get tired of being approached, and they feel like you're being pushy. Maybe you're not being pushy, but you know, if you get that kind of attitude, oh, here she comes, you know, that system doesn't work. And if you're frustrated with the results you're getting from your business, whether it's for bookings, whether it's for training your team, or whether it's for sharing the business opportunity, sprinkling information out there in a conversational manner on a regular basis is going to attract people to you. And so you are going to start to get people who ask you questions that indicate that they have desire. And so those kind of questions are what I call a window of opportunity. A window of opportunity is a moment when you have the right or the hint, the clue that they're interested in what you have. So when you sprinkle well, then people are going to start to ask you, well, how far do you travel? Or do you really make that much money? Or where are you going on your trip this year? And then you have the chance to say the key words, which are, have you ever thought about doing what I do? So you put out information, you get windows of opportunity, and you start to invite. And see, this is the learning process. When you get good at recognizing and doing each process along the way, you're going to become an awesome recruiter or an awesome scheduler. Again, this applies to both. You need to sprinkle information out to attract desire. When you start to sprinkle enough information out, you're going to get windows of opportunity, and then when you start to invite, you're going to start to get the opportunity to overcome concerns. If you say, have you ever thought about doing what I do? And they say, oh, I could never do that. Well, then you get the chance to overcome that. Actually, I felt the same way myself when I first started, but what I found was that my fantastic company has such great training support that it was easier than I expected. What part of what I do is it that concerns you? And so the process of becoming a good sharer is learning how to become good at each level along the way. Even if you did already watch the videos in the past, you should go back and read some of the comments that we've gotten, because the comments are interesting as well. We got a comment from Marianne who asked, once you have someone that is interested in your business opportunity, how do you keep them interested enough to sign up? I find that I have people that want information. You sit with them, you talk, you give them the data, and then you don't ever hear back from them. Any great advice here? Well, and that's a very good question, Marianne, because part of getting good at each level is, of course, getting good at the interview process. I don't believe you have to interview people sitting across a table. That's only one way to do it, but the interview process is an exchange of information designed to see if it's going to be a compatible match. Most direct sellers look at it like an interview is like us trying to talk them into it, which is a big mistake. So one of the things that I recommend about that is that you literally ask them right up front, do you have any other questions? Are you ready to get started? During the recruiting class, we teach what I call the 4-question interview. And it's only 4 questions. And the beauty of the 4 questions is that you can memorize it and use it anywhere you go. On the spot recruiting, I think one of the best places to recruit is at your show. And so, do you have any questions? Are you ready to get started? Is one of the 4 in the 4-question interview, and it should be asked often, because when you say, do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started, you are literally asking for the close. See, one of the things that we make a big mistake on in our business, sharing our business opportunity, is that we rarely ask for the close. We expect them to close the deal. It's our job to close the deal. And so oftentimes we keep talking and talking and talking, and we never say, do you have any more questions, or are you ready to get started? So that should be the open and the close for every interview. And once you get really good at sharing the interview process, then you get to start to practice, because you'll start to sign people up, and you'll get to start to practice teaching people how to create income. So it's really essential that you put some new consultant orientation systems into place so that they're able to bring in strangers into their business. One of the questions that Melody had asked on a previous recording was that, how do you recommend a good system to begin a new recruit on the right track? And the key is to get the new recruit on the right track with bookings, finding business. It is the #1 problem in the industry. And we have a tendency as new consultants to focus on certain targets, like some people school and friends, other people family and neighbors. And the key is to have the first 20 shows fall into those 7 categories: friends, family, organizations, strangers, neighbors, work, and school. And so new leaders need to teach their new consultants how to find business and have lead generation systems in place so that you can support your team in lead generation and become an expert at it. When they become experts at finding business, they will also become experts at everything else. So the program brings leaders who have a huge team systems to incorporate that kind of generate the sharing the opportunity as well as finding business all the way down the line. Because once you have a system into place, you're going to leverage your time. You know, this is a sales funnel. We talk a lot about this on the training in the university as well. I'm going to give you one bookings tip right now, because that seems to be what everybody sent me back emails. They want bookings tips. Well, I guess I'm going to have to start a new series of the Power Up for Professional Results, because that's all about finding business. So maybe I'll have to make a free version of the Power Up for Professional Results. Here's one bookings tip. Go to a vendor event twice a month, every single month, as a vendor once, and bring your team and use it for team training, but also teach your team to go to vendors events every single month as a guest. You pay your $2, your $4, your $6, and you get in, and then you go and network with the vendors. I guarantee you will find business by networking at vendors events as both a vendor as well as a guest. Taking your team to a vendor event every single month is like team training. It's such a great new consultant orientation system. Imagine every new consultant standing side by side with successful direct sellers on your team and learning the word choices right there and getting to practice them, because you can always make up in numbers what you lack in skill, and numbers give you the skills. So one new consultant training tip is to get your team to vendors events and use it for lead generation, but also use it for a training tool. And so as you can see, it's quite an extensive process. It's not a hard process, and we give you a lot of information in the Direct Sales Recruiting University. And you know what? I've given you a lot of information, in the free version as well. I had one of my raving fans, one of the Direct Sales Recruiting University's raving fans is Lucy Zettel. She is from Canada. And she said that the Direct Sales Recruiting University fit the bill. She has given me so many testimonials by email, and just in general, she said that she's an education knowledge sponge. But it's always impressive how much information it is there, and she's put some of it into place right away in her team training meetings, because we have a whole module on training your team. One of the most important things for team retention for direct sales leaders is to have everybody show up at meetings, whether they're online or off. We cover them both. Another raving fan is Leo Sophia consultant Cynthia, and she said that she memorized and incorporated the 4-question interview, and she used it 3 times during the class and incorporated it right into her business right away using the recruiting techniques. She asked the questions, and as a result during the class 2 new members join her team during the class. And she simply asked, do you have any questions, or are you ready to get started? And guess what? They were ready to get started. And so Cynthia with Leah Sophia, if you'd like to go check her out and ask her questions, or even go to Lucy's Facebook page, you can ask her questions as well. But Cynthia said, thank you so much for developing this exciting curriculum full of strategic challenges that are easy to comprehend and put into practice quickly. And she brought her team back for a second session. So Cynthia had 2 teams come to the Direct Sales Recruiting University. I think she was one of the first teams, and then brought it back for the fall session as well. So, we're going to have one more free version, and we're going to start the Direct Sales full version in February, and I am upgrading it to include videos, unlimited access to the recordings for 6 months. It used to be just audios. I really didn't want to get into all the video part of it, but I guess I will, because that's what people want. And so watch for the next call, and send me any questions if you have any, and comment below, because I will try to narrow them down. I'm going to make it a shorter lesson next time. I'm going to give you one quick tip. And check out the Direct Sales Recruiting University by going to debstraining.com. Watch for another training in the next couple days. I'm going to give you a tip that will revolutionize your team's growth, because you can improve the quality of the team players coming in. We want to find team players that want to do what you want them to do, and that is grow a business, because everybody joins because they want to make money and they want to be successful. Unfortunately, we have a tendency to have this 80-20 rule that reduces our chances of success. So we're going to give you a quick tip next time. Make sure that you put your comments down below, or send me an email, deb@debbixler.com. I had a lot of fun doing this, and I hope you got a lot out of it. I'd love your feedback. Just put your comments down below. Thank you, and we'll talk to you in a couple days.